In 1961, an Antarctic doctor removed his appendix. That year, humanity reached space. In 2019, an orbiting astronaut developed a blood clot never seen before. Every space medical emergency to date has shared one invisible safety feature. Astronauts have always operated as extensions of Earth-based physicians, using real-time radio to treat symptoms under the direct second-by-second supervision of specialists on the ground. But the sheer distance of a mission to Mars will sever this link, changing the architecture of space medicine. Once the crew leaves Earth's orbit, the real-time lifeline they have relied on for decades simply stops working. The physics of a journey to the red planet creates a medical vacuum. It places human beings millions of miles away from a hospital, where a call for help takes so long to arrive that the experts on the other end cannot possibly intervene in time. To understand that vacuum, we have to look back to April 1961. This is Nova Lazarevskaya Station in Antarctica. It is the middle of a polar blizzard, and the nearest physician is more than 1,000 miles away. Imagine you are Leonid Rogozov, the only doctor on base. Your appendix is failing, peritonitis is setting in, and you realize unless you act, you will die before the storm clears. You choose to operate on yourself. Working in a semi-reclined position to see your own abdomen, you administer a local anesthetic, cut a 10 to 12 centimeter incision, and spend 2 hours removing the organ while on the verge of passing out. That same year, as Rogozov recovered in the ice, Yuri Gagarin reached orbit. One man represented the raw limit of human survival, and the other represented the high-tech future of the space age. For 60 years, space agencies operated under the assumption that they would never have to return to Rogozov's level of isolation, but that assumption was recently put to its first real test. In microgravity, without gravity pulling blood down, roughly 2 liters of fluid redistribute toward the head, creating a puffy-faced appearance. This alters blood flow in the neck's large veins, turning them into a novel environment where the rules of vascular health begin to change. In 2019, an astronaut 2 months into a mission on the International Space Station underwent a routine, scheduled ultrasound. They weren't looking for a problem, they were just part of a research study designed to map these fluid shifts. The scan revealed something the study hadn't even been looking for: a genuine blood clot, a deep vein thrombosis in the astronaut's neck. It was the first time such a condition had ever been documented in space. The danger was immediate. If that clot dislodged and traveled to the heart or lungs, it could be fatal. There was no established protocol for treating a blood clot in zero gravity, and no way to simply fly the patient home. The crew had a diagnosis, but they were limited by their onboard pharmacy. Resupply missions run on fixed schedules, meaning they had to manage a life-threatening emergency with only the medication already on the station. This is where the modern model of space medicine shines. A team of experts on Earth, including NASA flight surgeons and outside hematologists, took over the case, guiding every decision in real time. Together, they rationed the station's supply of injectable blood thinners. They mathematically stretched the remaining doses for 43 days, just long enough for a cargo ship to arrive with a new supply of oral medication. Even the return to Earth was high stakes. Doctors had to time the discontinuation of the medicine precisely 4 days before re-entry, ensuring the astronaut wouldn't face a fatal bleeding risk during the physical trauma of landing. The mission was a success because Earth was always there to listen. But as we look toward Mars, that constant, real-time connection, the very thing that saved the 2019 astronaut, is about to vanish. The mathematical breaking point for this model is the physical distance to Mars. Radio waves are limited by the speed of light. At average distances, a signal takes up to 24 minutes to reach Mars. This means a single medical question and answer could take nearly an hour. This delay kills real-time surgical guidance and makes remote robotic surgery impossible, as systems require a lag under 1/10 of a second. If you suffer an injury or an appendicitis on the way to Mars, you are effectively back in 1961. You are alone, with no possibility of evacuation, and no one to walk you through a life-saving procedure. NASA is now working to move past a reliance on individual heroism by engineering medical autonomy directly into the spacecraft. The Artemis program serves as the testing ground for this new model. This includes a 2025 collaboration with Google to develop an onboard AI medical assistant designed to support crews when Earth is out of reach. These tools are designed to give an ordinary crew member the ability to diagnose and treat complex conditions independently, acting as the doctor Rogozov had to be, but with the support of a digital expert that doesn't need a radio link to function. From a scalpel and a mirror in Antarctica to an AI diagnostic tool built for Mars, the problem was never solved, only avoided for 60 years. January Science tells the story behind the science, one disease at a time. Subscribe for the next one, because on the way to Mars, the only doctor that matters is the one you brought with you.